Welcome, everybody, to episode 75 of The Effing Title. And tonight, we have a very, very special episode. With it being the 75th episode, I wanted to do something completely different. And by completely different, I mean something I haven't done since like 50 episodes ago when I did the very first one. And that is a Ask Me Anything. And this time I decided to change it up. You know, it's been over a year, since the last time I did it. So we needed to update the whole thing, right? We got to make sure we're always updating everything. But I am your host. I am Big Husky, and it is going to be just me, myself, and I tonight as we go through this AMA of questions that you, the community, have asked from Twitter, from Instagram, from the Discord server. And as always, as well, I will be doing live answers or live questions at the very end after we have all the ones scripted here. For everyone out there that doesn't know, this is literally Ask Me Anything. I'm going to be answering all these questions to the best of my abilities, without getting myself in too much trouble, hopefully. I've seen the questions. I've written them down on this, nice little, thing that I got set up here. So I've seen everything, but I haven't thought about any of it. I just wrote them down. I pressed save, and then that's it. So this will be interesting. I'm excited to see fully what these questions are. So let's get into it, shall we? So the first question we got is, who are you? What you do? Why you do it? Well, I'm Big Husky. A lot of people just call me Husky. I'm not gonna say my real name because I don't wanna. What do I do? I'm a shipping manager for my full-time job, and I am a variety streamer / content creator on Twitch and YouTube. Why do I do it? I am a shipping manager because it's the job that I've had since basically high school. I started working with this company back when I was in high school, on and off during like the summers and winters. And then when I got out of college, I came back home, and I was looking for a job, and they said, we need someone. And I said, all right, cool. So I jumped in, and I've been there ever since. So, I mean, that's why I do that. It's not like it's, my job was, my expectations were never like, you know what, I want to ship boxes for a living. That was never anything I aspired to. So, yeah. Why do I stream? One day, one of my buddies, that I started streaming with, Boo Black Ops, he said to me, he's like, you play video games a lot as it is, why not just start streaming? You have a good enough laptop, like you can do it. And I was like, I bet. And it just kind of went from there. That's, that was the whole thing. We just kind of, it was like I was already playing them, so why not play them and, see what happens. And since then, now it's just one of those things where if I can make one person like smile, laugh, giggle, entertain someone, help someone out, do anything positive in anyone's life, every day of the week by streaming or making content, that my goal is like complete at that point. That's kind of where we're at now with the why do I do this. So that's that. Will you ever move? If so, where? This is one that I've gone quite a bit. Will I move? Probably. At some point I probably will, because let's be honest, I don't want to be living in the middle of nowhere in the woods like I do right now. So it'll be interesting to see where exactly I do move. If so, where? I don't know. Some people have said that I should move to New Hampshire, because I have some buddies in New Hampshire. Of course, I've heard other people just say move to Florida with everyone else, because everyone else is moving to fucking Florida, I guess. But I've never actually been like, you know what, I want to move here. I've never had that thought before. I've always been just kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, eventually I'll probably move. Where? No idea. I lived in England. I've been to Wales, Scotland, France, Spain, Canada. I mean, so I've lived around everywhere, and for me, it's more of one of those things where, um, it's one of those things where, just for me, it's a hey, I do want to move. Where? No idea. You know, so god damn. Yeah. So that's that. Eventually we probably will move, but where? No idea. Maybe someone will tell me. Maybe someone will just be like, "Hey, move here with me," and I'll move. It's that simple. Like, who knows? What was your favorite Loot Crate item, and why do you still have it? So this one I actually meant to grab beforehand, and I forgot to. So I'm gonna go grab it real quick because it is kind of funny. So I do have a favorite Loot Crate item, and it's so sticky because it's on top of my. I didn't realize it was this sticky. God damn! I'm gonna have to clean this fucking thing. Now my hands are sticky. So I used to get Loot Crate for a little while, and used to do Loot Crate for a little while, and I stopped it because eventually it was just not anything I wanted. But I did get this though, and it's a little Homer Buddha, and he's got a little pretzel and everything. So that sits on top of my vent fan, on top of my oven. John, thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. Yeah, so that sits on top of my thing, and I've kept it because it's the only thing that I thought was really funny and kind of cool out of the whole thing. And it's just it's one of those nice little here, there's a little decorative thing. But so he sits on top of my exhaust fan up there, above my oven, and he's really sticky. And now I gotta clean him, apparently, because ew. Most memorable moment of your gaming history. Funny, sad, epic, impactful. That's a weird one. I'm not 100% sure. One of the funny ones for me was when my mom beat Zelda the Ocarina of Time before I did. And I fucking threw not a tantrum, but I got pissed off and broke my Legend of Zelda N64 cartridge because my mom beat it before I did. Memorable moments. I mean, I think to the times that I hit plat in the time I hit plat in Overwatch, the time I hit plat in Apex the first time. I think to some of those things. I think back to my college days when I beat my first game, fully beat my first game ever with my roommate Big John, who's in chat right now. Me and him beat Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And that was the very first game I'd ever beaten from start to finish, and me and him did it together. So that was really kind of cool. Other than that, I won an Xbox during a Madden tournament in college. That was kind of a cool moment that I remember. The biggest one, and it's not even really sports gaming related, but it happened while on stream. My buddy Jeff sent me a gift, and it's back over there, and I don't feel like getting up again. Sorry. But he was looking around. He was buying jerseys and cards, football cards at one point, and he found a signed Jonathan Ogden jersey. And for anyone that doesn't know, Jonathan Ogden was the starting left tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, and he's the reason why I'm a Ravens fan. And I'd always wanted to get a jersey of his, but I never was I couldn't ever swing the money for it, and I just didn't know where to look or how to look for this stuff. And he saw it there. He said it was a good price. He bought it and he sent it me. And I opened that on stream and I fucking teared up And yeah, I still to this I still think about it because it's right behind the webcam over there. That's kind of one of the more memorable moments. Like I said, it's not really gaming related, but it was while I was on stream. So. But yeah, no, that's kind of it. I mean, I really don't have any huge impact, things, I mean, yeah, I can't really think of anything other than the kind of the ones I just said, so. This one I've been waiting for. Would you rather fight 1,000 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? This is probably the only question that I've actually thought about since it got asked, and of course my buddy Zudi asked me it, because this is who Zudi is. And you know what? I'm gonna go. I think you have to go the 1,000 duck-sized horses, right? Because one horse-sized duck, that's a big fucking duck, right? Because I'm trying to like picture that in my head, like a giant duck, or a bunch of little horses. Because a bunch of little horses, if you kick, like, let's say you kick one of them, you might be able to knock them into one of the other ones, right? And like take two out at once. But a giant duck, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with 1,000 duck-sized horses, just because I feel like it'd be easier because they're smaller. But I mean, yeah, you got to go with 1,000 duck-sized horses. I feel. I could be wrong with that. Who the fuck knows? But that's what I'm going with. We're gonna go with 1,000 duck-sized horses. What do you enjoy more, football or streaming? And I asked the person that sent me this, and I said, do you mean playing or do you mean coaching? And he said, you choose. So I'm gonna do a little bit of both. Because I think it's an interesting question. I do enjoy streaming. I think streaming and being a content creator is kind of I don't want to say natural thing for me, but I do feel like it's something I'm better at in my life, along with football and coaching. But the fact that I can kind of merge the two with streaming, being a content creator, is one of the reasons why I would say I enjoy being a streamer / content creator more. Playing football was a lot of fun. Playing in high school and in college, so much fun. It's one of the main reasons why I went to the college that I went to. I did 1 year coaching there, and then I went in and I started coaching high school. The only reason why I'm saying streaming over coaching is because with coaching, there's a lot of behind-door politics that go on, and that can make it very draining on you. I was very drained from all of that aspect of it. The coaching the kids, the X's and O's, that shit is fun and really easy. But the behind-the-door politics, I was not a fan of. I didn't ever like that aspect of it. And overall, it can turn a great experience into a really shitty experience. And that's kind of what happened towards the later years of me coaching in high school, was it became more of a, like, instead of like, I'm excited to go to practice, it's like, all right, I gotta go fucking practice today, where with streaming, I'm always excited to get on and, to do something, play something, try to have some sort of an impact, like I said earlier, whether it just be making someone smile, making someone laugh, meeting a new friend, meeting a new follower, talking to someone new, any of those things, that can change your day around. Where with coaching, it could be one of those things where you're having a great day and then you go to practice and it fucking completely fucks up your day. Streaming, though, most of the time, it can turn anything into a good day. So even if I'm having a shitty day, or even if just things aren't going right, I will say, though, that it has been, I've had a lot of fun doing both, but as of right now, at this point in my life, I am happy being a content creator and being a streamer than I was when I was coaching football. And as you guys will know, during the football season, the podcast becomes a football podcast. So it's not like that aspect of my life has completely gone away. Right, I still am involved in football. I still love football. It's still going to be a part of my life no matter what. Now I just get to integrate it into my streaming, which is, I love, and it's a lot of fun. So, so which one do I enjoy more right now? It's streaming. It's streaming and being a content creator. What is your favorite childhood memory? Man, some of these are tough. Just because they're very open-ended. Like this one, right? This is just a very open-ended question, right? What is your favorite childhood memory? I'm gonna go to one that's very close to my heart, and it involves my grandfather. And it's just something stupid that he used to say. But whenever I think about, like, my childhood, or I think about my grandfather, like, this is one of the very first memories that comes up. And my grandfather was always, he was always very quick with the comebacks. Always very quick with them. He was always just do, right. He was hitting with them. So if you would ever tell my grandfather, my English grandfather, if you would ever tell him that you're bored, he would tell you to go out into the yard, stand on your head, and piss in the air, or piss in the wind. And that's just that being the immediate comeback, no matter what age you are. That was, if you tell him that you're bored, man, he's gonna fucking hit you with that. And it was a great funny thing at the moment that I still think about to this day. And I actually said it a couple times when I was coaching to kids. If we were outside of practice or something and they said, well, I'm bored, or, like that sort of thing, I would say, go out in the yard, stand on your head, and piss in the wind, because it's just such a fucking funny thing to say. That's one of my favorite childhood memories, though. I mean, because a lot of my childhood was moving around a little bit towards the end of my childhood. So I grew up in an English school system, then I went to an American military school system for 2 years, and then I moved to America. So I kind of bounced around a lot. So some of my childhood memories when I was in England, I don't fully remember a whole lot of them. But I mean, that's kind of the one, and it's not a favorite. So I won't say that. But one of the things I will never forget, though, is it was one of the last years I was there when 9/11 happened. I was on the military base when it happened, and it's not not even close to a favorite memory, but it's a memory I'm never gonna forget. Is just the way that because of course in England we're 5 hours ahead, so when it happened, it was towards the end of our school day. And the way that kind of the panic was between kind of the civilians on campus, on the base, to the teachers, to the kids not knowing what's going on, all that. Seeing that sort of panic and kind of all of that going on, and then getting to the American building and seeing my dad just so kind of under control, like he had that shit on lockdown. Anything that was asked of him, he was doing it. He was on the phones nonstop. I think we were there for an extra 3 hours than we normally would be. Like it was just seeing him that kind of calm, and just kind of like he was a rock at that point, and that seeing that was a memory that I'm never gonna forget, because it was one of those things where, in the face of something absolutely ridiculous that nobody knew what was going on or what to do, he was fucking rock solid, man. And like that is just kind of something that I don't ever hope I have to deal with anything like that in my life, but if I do, hopefully I can deal with it as fucking, as calm and as collected as he was, because boy, and that really, that was one of those moments that I'm never going to forget. And like I said, that's the only reason why I bring it up. It's not a favorite memory, trust me, but it's one of those moments I will never forget. So, favorite cartoon growing up. Going from fucking last topic to this one. Great, love this. Favorite cartoon growing up. Batman the Animated Series was a good one. I used to love that. I know for a fact I used to watch a ton of the old school Spider-Man, like the 1990s sort of Spider-Man. Pokemon was obviously the big one. If we're talking cartoons, those are kind of the three big cartoons for me, honestly. When I was a kid, it was Batman, Spider-Man, and then the Pokemon. So those would be my favorites. I'm not going to pick a favorite between the three of them because, Jesus Christ, let's be honest, that's a tough fucking pick. So we're going to go, though, with one of those three. What is your favorite memory from your time as a coach? Favorite memory is the very first kid I ever had. I'm not going to say his name. I'm just going to call him QB1. Very first kid I ever met when I was a coach was my quarterback. I was a quarterback's coach my first year in a triple option scheme in a veer offense. First kid I ever met was a quarterback, and he was a cocky little shit, and I fucking loved him to death. Still do love the kid to death. I haven't talked to him in a little while. I'll have to send him a message after the podcast to let him know that I talked about him a little bit. But my favorite memory from when I was a coach was just seeing him go from a little shithead freshman in high school all the way through to a senior in college, still being a little shithead and still being a cocky little, a little fuck. But just watching him grow and knowing that, some of the things that I had said or, taught him or, these things had helped him develop and grow as a human and become the person that he is today. It was incredible to see him just grow. Basically, watch a kid grow up for 8 years. It was easily the best memory I'm ever gonna have. He's one of my favorite kids that I've ever coached. So yeah, I mean that's obviously that's my favorite memory. Is just I have three pictures basically on the wall back over here, behind everything. That is like it's me and him, and like me giving him a hug. Me and him at the end of his senior year of high school, and then me and him like during college. So I mean the kid means a lot to me, and I'm never gonna forget. The ride that me and him had from him being a freshman in high school all the way through to him being a senior in college. I'm never going to forget all the memories that happened with that. And, that's probably my favorite memory is just watching him grow, from a kid from watching him grow basically from a young adult or a young teenager to an adult. That's easily my favorite memory from my time as a coach. So... How old were you when you realized you love video games enough to make money? I still don't think I've realized this. Because for me, it's never really been about the money. I'm pretty sure if you look at how much money I've spent over the last 3 years, or how much money I've brought in over the last 3 years, it's, not great. I'm pretty sure I've lost money, but I don't think I'm ever gonna realize, that, I love video games. I love being a content creator, but I'm never gonna think. I honestly never will think that I love games enough to make money from them, because like I said, that's never been my intention. If I make money and the money I do make from this stuff is awesome, it's cool, I put it back into the stream, as you guys as the people here in the community that have been here for a while know. I just got this badass fucking PC. That's basically from the last 2 years of me streaming, putting that money into that. So, I don't think I'm still at that age yet where I realize, that this is, I love video games enough to make money. It's a fucking great question, but like I said earlier, it's not really, one of the things I don't, say like, hey, make sure you sub, or I don't do shit like that. I just kind of, I do my thing, and if you like it, you like it. If you want to support, you want to support, and I appreciate you, That's what I appreciate about you. So... Jesus, this is a long one. What are your aspirations? What goals you would like to set for yourself to improve your life in ways that would not only make it healthier, but enrich it and make it successful as well? Honestly, I don't know. This is a long-ass question. I wrote it down a little bit ago. Didn't really... Honestly, a lot of people have said that if I were to move, I would be happier. If I'm happier, then technically I'd be healthier, and that'd be an improvement to my life. I think that right now what I'm doing is the beginning of improving my life with the calorie deficit that I'm on daily, with the 6 out of 7 days of the week I'm either doing weightlifting, or I'm doing cardio, I'm doing yoga. I think that is... it's making me healthier because I'm seeing it. I'm physically seeing me being, losing weight and becoming healthier. So I mean, what are your aspirations? I mean, I just kind of I want to continue to lose weight. I want to put on some muscle again. I just want to be healthy. That's my big thing, is I just want to be healthy. For too long I've said I should do this, but now I've decided to put my fucking foot down and do it. And I think that it will make it successful as well. I think that the big success part of it is the fact that hopefully people can see me doing this and it motivates them to potentially do something. I won't say do what I'm doing, because dear God, I mean, everyone's different. No matter what, everyone's different. Every, plan is going to hit people different. But I'm just hoping that, people can see what I'm doing and be like, shit, if he can do it, I can fucking do it, And that's success enough as it is. I know there's a couple people who have said to me, either in messages or in DMs or just, straight up, in voice chat, like, hey, I started working out again because you're doing this and you're doing that. And, it's motivating to me. Or people saying, like they've decided to start doing stuff because of this, and that means the world to me, because that's all I ever want to do is just help people, make sure other people are happy and successful and that sort of thing. So, my goals are really just I want to continue to lose some more weight. I have a goal number set. I have a goal number in place. I want to hit that number, and then once I hit that number, then we're going to reevaluate everything and go from there. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that has made me healthier is doing this and realizing certain things. We're talking to people like, hey, I can't keep doing this, so I got to start trying to think differently. And a lot of that stuff I feel like is making me a better person. It's been tough. There's been some days where it's been really fucking tough, but I have the good thing is I have such a great fucking support system. I can't fucking speak. Great support system around me. So if anything tough ever comes up, I can immediately message one or two people, and immediately they have my back, and they're already, boom, they're helping no matter what. They help as much as they can, and those people don't realize and understand how much I appreciate and love that they're in my life. So, I don't know if I answered the question or not, but there we go. What hobbies and small things in the world make you smile? For hobbies, streaming's kind of been a hobby now. It's becoming a hobby. Obviously, I like kind of, cool things that are, stream or game related. I have, over 700 DC comic books in the room behind me, along with Funko Pops and statues and single issue stuff. So DC Comics has kind of been one that's been a huge one for me. After college, football has always been and will be a big one. Small things in the world that make me smile. Small things that make me smile. Seeing something funny, having someone just kind of out of the blue, be very appreciative or say something nice is always going to be a nice smile moment. That first text message or message in the morning and the last one at night, those ones always will make me smile no matter what. Has for over a year, so don't know why it would stop anytime soon, or stop me from smiling. So, but yeah, those are kind of it. Those are my hobbies really. It's football, DC Comics, and then just streaming stuff. Like I said, I like having cool things, like George. I don't know if George likes having me or not, but I feel like I should get Hammond over here at some point too. I feel like Hammond is like all by himself now. Like I got George, and George is like front and center, but Hammond is like just sitting in the back in the dark by himself all the time. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Maybe I'll have to do like a 1-on-1 with Hammond. I don't know. We'll find out. But those are kind of the things. And then, like I said, the small things that make you smile. It's like just it's little things. It's the little things in life. What are 3 things that you genuinely like about yourself, and why do you like them? I fucking hate this question. I hate this question because, for everyone that knows me really well, I do not like myself. I do not like a lot of things about myself. Very narcissistic when it comes to myself. How about that for a big word? Don't know if I used it right, but who knows? Someone will tell me if I did or not. Sort of 3 things that I genuinely like about myself, and why. I've always said that the two of the big ones that I'll always have is hope, and I always will do my best, or I'll always try my best. And the third thing I'll say is once I put my mind to something, it's fucking stuck. It ain't like that's it. That's where we're going. Um, hope has always been a big one for me. Obviously, I'm always trying to do my best and do what I can, but I'm always hoping for better. I'm always hoping that this will happen. I'm always hoping, that I hope my friends will, prosper as much as I do. I hope good things happen to my friends. These sort of things, right? That's always been one. I've always been very hopeful. Um, I will always try my best no matter what, um, whether it's making content, whether it's playing games, whether it's like, hey, I need you to come, I need you to come over for a bit, like, those sort of things. Like, I'm always gonna do my best. Like, you can always count on that. Like, I'm not gonna half-ass something. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna fucking do it. And that rolls into the third one, which is it's like, yeah, if I put my mind to something, it's done. And that's it. One of the ones that my college coach, Coach Mac, he said to my parents once. He saw my parents while I was in college at one point when they came to visit, and he said to my mom and dad were asking him about, like, how am I doing, with football, how am I doing in school and all this. And he said if he would put the time and effort that he did into the NFL draft, which I love the NFL draft and I love the NFL, so I love football, so he's like, if he put the time and effort that he does into the NFL draft or into football, into his schoolwork, he would be a grade A student. And it was just one of those things where that was my interest. It was in college, my interest was football. It was that simple. So everything else kind of fucking fell apart, and that's what I was doing, and I've always been, very much like, hey, that's it. I quit chewing tobacco cold turkey. I said, I'm going to stop. And, someone was like, how? And I was like, I'm just going to stop. It's that simple. Like, I'm not fucking there, done. Since I've been doing, the calorie deficit and, the cardio stuff, if I miss a day, I make up for it later in the week. Like today I did yoga because I missed it on Tuesday. Like I set this thing out and I said I'm going to do this 6 out of 7 days of the week. So I'm doing it 6 out of fucking 7 days of the week. Like, it's that simple. I'm not fucking around with it. Like, I'm, so if I have to say 3 things that I genuinely like about myself, and I don't even know if those count or not, so I mean, you can let me know. But it's that I'm hopeful, I'm going to give it my best, and if I put my mind to something, it's going to take a fucking lot to get me off of that track of thought, so, but yeah, those are the things. Alright, I think I hate this question more than the last one. Jesus, fuck. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, I hate this question. Where do I see myself in 5 years? How about I do this? I'm gonna give it 2 answers to this. I'm gonna give 2 answers to this. I'm gonna give the answer that is what I hope, and then I'm gonna give the answer of what is the kind of, in all honesty, more realistic thing. So I hope in 5 years, where do I see myself? Hopefully it'd be cool if I had a house in 5 years. Girl, dog, or cat, or 2. Living wherever the fuck she wants to live because I don't really care. Still streaming, still making content. Hopefully, channel's gotten a little bit bigger on, both here and YouTube. Hopefully, or Twitch and YouTube, I should say, because I can't say here because it's going up on YouTube later. But Twitch and YouTube, hopefully all this is kind of blown up a little bit more. I'm happy. And, my friends are prospering just as much as I am. That's kind of, that's where I would like to see myself in 5 years. Where do I see myself in 5 years? I honestly see myself still working where I do, just instead of being the shipping manager, I'm kind of the GM because my dad, I feel like in 5 years, will not want to be working here anymore, so I'll be taking over his job. I will still be doing streaming stuff and everything. I'll still be making content. I will have hopefully, like I said, blown up a little bit more by then. But that's about all, honestly. And that's just me being, like I said, I'm a little bit narcissistic about myself and things. But I mean, that's just that's how it goes when it comes to the way that I think about it. So, yeah, that's kind of that's where I see myself. So, what does the future of your podcast look like? Changes or goals for it? It's kind of funny that this question happened because recently, I actually had a conversation with someone about how the podcast may not exist anymore. Just kind of my own self doubts and things like that. And me potentially ending the podcast. We've had a fucking hell of a run with it, and I don't know yet. I still haven't decided fully. I do have the next 2 to 3 weeks of guests lined up, so it's obviously not happening anytime soon. Changes or goals for it? I might change the layout and everything for it. I think that'd be kind of cool. To give it a little bit of a revamp, because this has been the same way that it's been since episode 1. Of course, tonight's one has been a little bit different. But yeah. And goals for it? I'd like to get some. Not that I don't love everyone that's been a guest, so don't fucking take this the wrong way. I'd like to get some new guests, some bigger guests. I have a couple names in mind that may not be bigger for other people, but they're bigger for me personally. That I would like to have as a guest on. That I think would be really kind of cool. But yeah, so that's a little bit of this. Like I said, I haven't fully decided yet what's going to happen with the effing title. So the future is gray. I'll say it like that. The future is gray because I don't even know. It's on time will tell how it goes and everything. But most likely it will continue from now all the way through football season. After football season, that's probably when I'll probably take the first ever week off of the effing title. We've been going for 75 weeks straight now. So I'll probably take the first week off and reevaluate everything, and then we might go from there. I don't know yet, though. We'll see. It's been a long ride. So we'll definitely take a look at it again later, though. There we go. Is it ironic that your favorite number is 75, and that it's the 75th podcast? I'll answer for you. Yes. Yes, it is a little bit. As everyone knows, 75 is the number that I wore in college. 75 is the number of Jonathan Ogden. I wore 57 in high school. So 75 is just kind of one of those numbers that has been a unanimous number with me. So when I first made, the only reason why my handle on here is Big 75 Husky 75 is because that's what it was on Xbox. Because Big Husky 75 was taken, so I said fuck it then, and I put a 75 in between them. So yeah, no, 75 has been the number no matter what. So yeah, like I said, I want to do something. I always try to do something special for the 75th. Anything that we're doing. So yes, it is ironic. I fucking love you for answering this question. For asking this question and answering it. I fucking love you. It's awesome. What is your next goal for your fitness journey? What is the reward? Alright, so for everyone that knows, like I said, it's kind of funny because I look down and I see my shirt billowing. I started in March when I went to the ER. That was kind of the wake-up moment. I weighed 377. And this morning I weighed 325. I want to say 325. Yeah, 325. So we're down 52 pounds since March. The first goal that I had set, for everyone that doesn't know, was I had a checkup with my doctor after 2 months out of the ER. I said that if I go to the checkup, if he says that I'm fucking healthy and everything's good and I don't have to be on blood pressure meds, then I'll buy a nickel box from my cookie dealer, and a nickel box is just 5 cookies. So that was the first goal that I met. I hit. Boom. The second goal was 50 pounds down. Once I hit 50 pounds down, I was going to buy the big breakfast the big breakfast, or the is it the big breakfast? I think it's called. It's the one that has the hot cakes and the sausage and the eggs from McDonald's. That I was like, if I lose 50, I'll get that. Lost 50, and I officially like hit it, because there was 1 week where I hit it, and then when it came to the day when I go to McDonald's, I was up. So I didn't feel good enough to say like, hey, I can go get this. I hit my goal. I didn't fucking hit my goal because I was up. So this past week though, I was able to get it, and it was okay. It wasn't great, and it was okay. So it's one of those things where I was like, all right, whatever. So the next goal, though, right? Like I said, the first one was just whether or not I get a good review or not from the doc. The second one was at 50. So the third goal is going to be 75 pounds. Shocking. Right? Shock, 75 pounds. So that's the third goal, is 75 down. Which is funny because if I just do 77, then I'll be at 300 even. But I'm going to do 75. If I do 75, the reward is going to be, I'm going to get 10 cookies from my cookie dealer. That's what I'm deciding. As of right now, anyway, when it gets to that point, I might just say fuck it and get another 5 instead of 10, because 5 is still a lot, especially when each one of the cookies is like over 1,000 calories, which is about almost half of the allowed calories I'm allowed. So one cookie being half the calories I'm allowed is kind of a wild fucking thing. But I mean, we'll see as it comes down the road. Though. But that's the next big goal though. Is 75 pounds down. And like I said, right now we're at 52 pounds, I think. So we're getting there. It's going to be a little bit slower going now. Now that I've hit 50, it's going to be a little bit slower going, because I know my body and I know how it works. Once it hits this area, it's going to be a little bit more slowing down. But it's going to be a better weight loss, I feel like, this time than the last time that I did this. But that's going to be my reward. And also that's my reward. Because I love you guys, I love all of you. You guys have a reward once I hit 75 pounds down. So once I hit 75 pounds down, I'm going to buy another webcam. So this webcam is right here, right? So my second webcam is going to be on top of my computer and pointing that way. So now the reason why that's something for you guys is because pointing that way means it's pointing towards my yoga mat. And it's pointing towards where I do my yoga. Because once I hit 75 pounds down, I'll be doing a yoga stream for you guys on Twitch. I'll decide what day it is. I'll let everyone know and make a big fucking deal about it. But yes, the 75 pounds down, though, is going to be a yoga stream for you guys. So I'm going to get a reward, and you guys will get a reward, because you guys will get to watch me, doing my stances, doing my things, shockingly, you guys were saying exactly how flexible I actually am. So I'm really looking forward to that day and that stream myself. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Do you think YouTube is making a comeback over Twitch? Yes and no. I'm going to say yes and no. So yes, because I know that there are more people kind of moving towards YouTube, or more people putting stuff on YouTube because of like the MCA stuff, or just the bullshit that Twitch deals with, that Twitch does. I know that there are people going to YouTube. So I think that it's starting to, with that, along with the not mind-numbingly hours of all these different things. But the other thing is, though, is like, I know for a fact, because I've talked about this with my friends Charles and Coop, where I've said, we've talked about the Overwatch League, for instance. The Overwatch League used to be on Twitch, and we used to watch it religiously on Twitch. And then I went to YouTube, and I put it on my computer every now and then if I remember to, right? So I think that YouTube as a whole is a great place for content creators. Live streaming and like gaming, like live gaming, I feel like is still Twitch's thing. But YouTube, I feel like, is definitely still there when it comes to, everything else. Because as you guys know, I do a lot of my gameplays on here, and then I upload them to YouTube. That way, then they're kind of, one, it's so that they're permanent, but two, trying to build both brands, right? So do I think it is? I think it is, but I think it isn't at the same time. It's one of those things. I feel like YouTube will always be the place where it's more highlights, it's more movies, music, scenes, content, just random content that people make, where Twitch is always going to, I feel like Twitch will always dominate the live right now, this second, the live streaming aspect of stuff. I could be 100% wrong with that, but that's just how I personally feel with this one. So, I misspelled something. What is your current opinion on anime now that you've watched a few? So, of course, what's my current opinion? I'm actually been getting more and more into anime. I, as a teenager, I watched Dragon Ball Z. I tried to get into Naruto. Didn't make any sense to me. And then I just I watched some animation, but it was all like, of course it's like the DC animation stuff, right? So anime was new to me. It wasn't until I met Ridiculous and Odd, Dana, and just through talking with her at one point, I asked her what anime I should first watch and, see if I like, and she suggested Death Note. So I was like, alright. So I watched Death Note, and I fucking love Death Note. And she just said in chat, "You're welcome for making you a weeb." But yeah, so that was the first one, and then I watched a little bit of Hunter x Hunter. I watched Castlevania because of her. And then the very first one that I found myself was God of High School. And that was the very first anime I'd ever found by myself, and I watched it, and I fucking loved it to the point where I've watched it 2 or 3 times now. I started watching the not the dubbed version, but the subtitle version, so the actual Korean version, and I started reading the manga of it as well recently. I'm only on episode 5, so I mean it's not like I'm that far ahead in it. But so that kind of me finding that one was kind of cool because that was the first one that I found myself that I really liked. And since then though, there's been a lot of them that I've watched. I think one of them is called To My Eternal. That's one of the new ones that I'm watching on HBO Max right now. I'm watching Kenichi. I think it's called Kenichi. I've watched a ton of different ones. I can't remember all the names of them though. I have too much shit on my brain all the time. But no, I mean I've been enjoying it more, and it wasn't until I talked to, I think it was my boy Coop. Me and him were talking about it, and I said that with anime they just drop you into a world that's already fully established, and you just kind of have to you have to actually go and either learn about it, or they're just going to slowly develop it as the seasons go on. Where with a lot of other shows, they slowly walk you through it to begin with. Where with anime, they just drop you right into the fucking middle of it. And I said to him, that's one of the reasons why I feel like as a kid it was tough for me to get into that, because I couldn't ever wrap my brain around that, right? But now as an adult, they drop me in, and I just kind of slowly pick up the clues as everything goes along, and we go from there. So my current opinion of anime is I really like anime. My background right now is Jin Mori from God of High School. I have the entire Death Note book back there, and I have a neck sleeve that is Ryuk from Death Note. So yeah, my opinion of anime now is, I guess I'm a weeb. I can add that to the jock nerd weeb, I think now. Yeah. What do you think of some changes coming for Apex Legends? What changes would I like to see? It's kind of cool that this question was asked, considering that we're getting the new season in 3 weeks. Some changes. We're probably going to get map changes happening. They're probably going to make some changes to guns. We're going to be getting a new legend, so that's going to change a ton of stuff, because it's going to change team compositions. It's going to change ways you have to play the game. It's going to change fight comps. So there's going to be a lot of changes coming just from that alone. Potential new hop-ups, maybe even a new gun. I doubt that there's going to be a new map. I really doubt that there is, but that could be something. They're probably going to do something with arenas, because they added a new map into arenas. What changes would I like to see? I would like to see the melee damage be decreased from 30 down to 20. The fact that someone can melee me 5 times and if I don't put a full mag into him, or if I miss a couple shots of a full mag, I die, is stupid, in my opinion. The Spitfire needs to be put into the care package, which I think a lot of people will agree with me on that, and I feel like that's going to happen. A lot of the rumors are saying that's going to happen. And it's not a change, but I really want Blisk as a legend. I think that Blisk as a legend, it could be really easily set up, and it could be set up as one of the coolest legend reveals. And especially when you look at, like, he helped recruit Rampart, he helped recruit Valkyrie. If you can make it so that he works as a team with those two, somehow find a way to make the synergy of those three as like a group, so like those are the two guys, those are the two that he picked as his like team, that would be really kind of cool. But I think that him as a legend, lore wise, would be cool, because it's involving Titanfall 2, it's bringing all those people in. It's a cool, unique character as the like commissioner of the games, but also as the apex predator. And I think you could do a really cool backstory or a story with it, where the Apex games have been such a joke for the last couple seasons. Like, this is how you word it. It's been it's been a joke. There's been all these different things that have happened to the games. Like, the games don't have the same reputation that they used to, like that sort of thing. And have him as the commissioner be like, I'm fucking sick and tired of this. I'm joining the games and fixing this myself. Like, have it just straight up be that. I'm joining to fix this problem that, you guys have created. And make it a little bit, a little bit unfair, because it is Blisk, it is the commissioner. Make it so that he is an S tier character, I think that'd be a really kind of a cool thing to see. But those are my main changes that I'd like to see. Other changes I'd like to see is whenever I go up against other people, they suck more than I do, so I win every fight. That'd be kind of a cool change. Like if I could get like my 20 kill badge, just like everybody just lines up and I can just kind of, go right through it. That'd be kind of a cool change. Other than that, though, yeah. Same for Overwatch, with the potential for Overwatch 2. Overwatch 1 just needs to Overwatch 1 needs to do two things. Overwatch 1 is fucking dying. And so if it does two things, I feel like it would help. These are the only two things I'm going to say for it, because it annoys me, because I love Overwatch so much, as you can tell from fucking back there and all the Funko Pops behind me. It's hard to see the Funko Pops because I haven't got my lights up yet. But that's what everything back there is. Overwatch was my main game. It still is. Every now and then I play it and I have some fun with it and I get ragey as points with it. But Overwatch is always the heart and soul, and that's what the channel started with. So I'm always going to have that big love for it. So the two main things I want to see for Overwatch, and I think that this would help boom Overwatch and help Overwatch come back, because right now, like I said, it is slowly dying. We're getting an event Tuesday. It's going to be the same old fucking rehashed event from every other fucking season, where it's going to be Summer Games. Summer Games means Lucio Ball. Nobody fucking likes Lucio Ball. We're going to get some new skins, and that's going to be the whole event. Oh, and the fact that now they're forcing us to play a minimum, if we lose every game, of 29 games in order to get a skin, a icon, and a spray that are mediocre at best for all three. Two major things. The first one, make Overwatch free to fucking play. Make it free to play. If you make it free to play, the player rate will skyrocket for a little bit, because it is now free to play. Make it free to play. Everyone that joins gets 5 fucking free boxes. There. If you already have an account, you get a legendary box. Boom, done. Very simple, very easy, quick way to get new people into the game. Make it free to play. Ton of people would start playing it if it was free to play. I know for a fact, because I know people who have said, "Hey, how much does it cost?" You tell them the price, and they say, "Haha, no." Make it free to play. The second thing, we need at least 2 legends. We haven't had a legend in over a year, and it was Echo. And since then, they've just been monkeying with stuff. Give us at least 1 legend, if not 2. And it's very simple, considering that the original rumor from last year was that we were going to be getting 7 new legends, or 7 new heroes for Apex 2. I just said Apex 2, Jesus. We were going to get 7 new heroes for Overwatch 2, right? Sojourn is already basically fully fucking fledged out. They've shown gameplay of her, and they have her model fully made. So why not? How can we not just put her into Overwatch 1? Putting a brand new character in the game will boost the game up again. And it will make it more fun again. And it will bring hype back for Overwatch 2. So bring her in and bring, I don't know, for me personally, the one that I want, because I've wanted it for fucking over almost a year and a half now, is the Junker Queen. Because we all know that the Junker Queen's going to be there because we saw her sword and axe and just her hands in one of the videos. We know that you're working on her. Give us the Junker Queen. Give us Sojourn. It would be a huge boost to the community, and it would give us something to be excited about. Because right now, most Overwatch players aren't excited about Overwatch. It's one of those things where we say, let's play Overwatch. 10 minutes into playing Overwatch. Why are we playing Overwatch? Sorry, but that's how it is. And I feel like the majority of the Overwatch community will agree with me. Potential for Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 can be great. It's just the fact that they're taking so long with it. After showing us a trailer, showing us a demo with some of the top players, with like XQC and I can't think of the other ones, but I think Fran may have been one of them. Showing them playing the demo of a mission, showing us what the game is going to look like, showing us different aspects of things a year and a half ago, and then we get nothing now. We just need Overwatch 2. We just, like, everything that will come out and be great with it. The only thing that I'm not a huge fan of, and it'll probably change once the game comes out because, you know, we adapt, is the fact that it's going to be 1-2-2 with only one tank. It seems weird to me. It seems weird that Jeff Kaplan leaves, and then they announce that they're going to 1-2-2 for Overwatch 2. It's only going to be 5, and they're going to change all the tanks so that all the tanks are now main tanks, or however the fuck they're doing it. I don't know. It's a weird change. I'm not a huge fan of it. It seems weird to me. I'll probably get over it, though, because I'm a Rhine main, and that's what we do. We just fucking swing our hammer and put our shield up, and we fucking be badasses, so... that's my thing with Overwatch. Right now, all Overwatch needs is it just needs at least a new hero and make it free to play, which it won't because Blizzard doesn't make anything free to play, and apparently they're making WoW players pay twice. Did not know that. Sorry, WoW players. Ow. Current favorite game. What new releases are you looking forward to in gaming, movies, and shows? Favorite current game, probably Apex. Because that's what the majority of my community plays, and I love being able to play with everybody. Mind you, I mainly just play with my college buddies, but being able to play with everyone else is kind of fun. So that, of course, like I was saying, Overwatch is one of my favorite ones because I had it on Xbox, and then I bought it on PC so I could play with people. And then they made it crossplay, so now I just play PC with PC people and Xbox with Xbox people. Still, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, currently it's probably Apex just because it's the game I play the most. New releases I'm looking forward to. TV shows, Titans Season 3 is coming out. Doom Patrol Season 3, I think. Yeah, Season 3, that's going to be coming out soon. Those are the two big ones that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, I really hope, and I don't know if it will be or not, I hope that there's a God of High School Season 2, because I loved Season 1, and I love God of High School, so I'd love there to be another season of it. There's going to be a Witcher show. I think Castlevania's getting another show. So I think that's mainly the show ones. I would say the CW shows, but I've been so out of the CW shows since like I've been doing more stuff stream-wise. So I haven't been caught up with it. Movies, Black Adam, the Suicide Squad, the Flash movie, the Batman, mainly all DC stuff. Basically anything DC movie-wise, that's what I'm excited for. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I want to see Avatar 2 just because Dances with Smurfs, that's what I call the first one. Because it's the exact same storyline of Dances with Wolves, it just has Smurfs instead. So it's Dancing with Smurfs for me. I want to see what the second one looks like after, 12 years? 10 years, something like that. I don't remember, but after such a long spree, I want to see what the second one is. Other than that, though, I mean, it's mainly just DC stuff because I really don't go to the movies. Sometimes there's a brand new movie that comes out that will pique my interest. Like the new Halloween movie, I want to see. I want to see the new Spiral movie. I know that's already been out, but I haven't seen it yet, and I want to see it because I liked the Saw movies. Even though I dislike horror, I liked the Saw movies, so I want to see Spiral because apparently Spiral brings us back to the original Saw, and the original Saw was the best Saw. So hopefully, that's a good movie. But that's one of the ones I want to see. Video game wise, Overwatch 2. I would love to see Titanfall 3, Halo Infinite. The fucking Wolf Among Us 2 after I just finished the first one and they left us on a fucking cliffhanger. I'm looking at you fucking Telltale Games. Fucking assholes. Hellblade 2, the Senua Saga. I was a huge fan of the first one. I want to play the second one. I just found out that there's going to be a Gundam game that's like Overwatch, so I'm excited to play that at some point. Because hopefully Bolt Gundam is in there, because that's the only Gundams that that was the only Gundam that I liked. I can't even remember the name of that one. Was it Mobile Gundam G? Something like that. It was one where there was all the different countries and they were fighting for like supremacy. And there was like Shining Gundam, Bolt Gundam, Cobra Gundam, all those different ones. I loved Bolt Gundam though. That was my favorite one. So hopefully he's in the game and I can play as him. But yeah, that's the releases though. What is your biggest hurdle with balancing work, health, content right now? My biggest hurdle is the fact that I try to do too much. Work, when I'm at work, I'm working at 90% speed, 100% speed, like I'm fucking moving. And I have it planned out throughout the week. So mainly it's like I'll work a couple hours on Monday, work a couple hours on Tuesday, I work almost like a full day on Wednesday, and then I work a couple hours on Thursday, and then a couple hours on Friday. So that, like, it's depending on the work week too. Some work weeks are really busy, some work weeks are really boring. The busy ones suck. This last week was a busy one and it sucked. Health, the weightlifting and cardio part of that's really easy because I wake up at 4:30 and I just go downstairs and do it. I go down because downstairs is where I work, and then downstairs from where I work is the gym, the work gym that we have. So for me, the health aspect is really easy because I just go down to the work gym and I just knock that shit out at like 5 in the morning when no one's fucking awake. The yoga aspect of it is a little bit tough sometimes because I don't like doing it in the morning. I only like doing it in the afternoon/night. So with streaming, I kind of try to make sure I get off before that. And then also if I'm like, watching other people stream, or if I'm trying to be, supportive of other people, like I try to incorporate them together so I can. And content, it's just trying to find stuff that I enjoy, that I think other people will enjoy, and making sure I'm caught up with stuff. Because sometimes playing games and doing stuff on stream is easy. It's just getting on, finding a game to play and play it. When I upload to YouTube, though, that's where it can get a little bit tricky because of the way that I set my schedule up. So that's kind of the big one. But balancing all three of them, I'm going to say right now, I feel like most of the time I do a terrible job balancing them. The biggest hurdle is that I'm always trying to do too much in each. Right? I'm trying to work. I'm on salary at work, so I'm trying to do a full work week. Plus, I'm trying to do a full 40 to 50 hour stream week. Plus, I'm trying to eat healthy or eat better. I won't say healthy, so better and less, and work out and keep myself fit. So the biggest hurdle is just the fact that I'm doing too much. If I always feel like I'm always trying to do too much. But it's one of those things where I feel like I have to, because if I take one, like, I kind of was lazy yesterday, and from 7 this morning until about 11 in the morning, I got about 70 thumbnails done for YouTube. I made about 10 YouTube videos. I uploaded an entire week's worth of YouTube videos. And what was the other thing I did? I went to the grocery store. So, I mean, as soon as I put my head down and start doing it, I'm going to get it done. But it's the biggest hurdle right now is trying to find the time to do all three of them and make sure in my head I've done all three of them to the best ability that I can, because I always set my bar and ability kind of high. So that's my biggest hurdle right now. What are some new things coming down the pipeline for content? This one's kind of interesting because there are some things coming down the pipeline. Hopefully we're going to have some more unboxings. I haven't figured out what yet. I am taking offers and suggestions on that for stuff. So there's that. We have all sorts of different reactions that we're gonna do as movies and TV shows come out. Um, Podcast wise, I got the next 2 to 3 weeks set up. I'm also going to be on 2 podcasts within the next probably couple months. So that's going to be fun. Gaming wise, this week especially, we have an Apex video that's coming out tomorrow. It's going to tease the new legend. It's the stories from the Outland, which I fucking love those. On Tuesday, we have the Overwatch event, so you're going to get a big video from that. So those are going to be 2 games we'll be playing heavily. New Apex season, so all the stuff that comes with that. We have the next big event is going to be October, where we're going to play some horror games. We got Little Nightmares, and I think it's Through the Woods is the name of the game, or In the Woods, or something like that. Which is like a you're in Norway, and you lose your kid. So you go looking for your kid in the woods, and it's all Norse, and there's ogres, and dragons, and all sorts of Jormungandr, and I don't know. It's supposed to be a horror game. It's supposed to be a psychological thriller. I'm excited to play it because it's gonna fuck with me. I already know. We might do the Walking Dead Telltale as well during October. I might even cosplay on Halloween. Who knows? Other than that, that's kind of really it. I mean, we're gonna do a bunch of random shit that shows up and goes down the line. I'd like to be able to play more games with people and make more content with people. Some of you know who you are. Others of you just haven't asked yet, but I've thought about it and I have little lists of it written down. But I want to make some content with some people. I want to make some videos with some people. But yeah, that's some of the new things we have coming down the line. We're gonna have this one is kind of cool. We're gonna have a health video. Oh, not a health video. It's gonna be a I guess it technically counts as a health video. We're gonna have like a health challenge video sort of thing coming down the line. Once I figure out how to do it and everything, that I think will be a lot of fun and everyone can join in with. I'm doing the first phase of it right now. So yeah, that's kind of what we got coming down the line. And that's the end of the questions that were pre-asked, which now leads us to the kind of terrifying part of the AMA. This is the part where if you're in chat right now, and I'll even extend this to comments on the podcast video. If you have questions, this is now your time to ask them, and I will answer them live on stream because I'm an idiot. And we're going to get dangerous with these just right off the cuff. I'm going to answer anything and everything that comes up. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to write questions if you have some. If not, then we'll end. I know that there's some people that do have questions. I know there's one person that has a whole list of questions, so she's probably starting to write them down and write them in. But okay, so Dingles, longtime follower, says, how do you stay motivated to stream? I said it earlier. One of the big reasons I like streaming so much is if I can help someone, either make someone smile, make someone laugh, change someone's day for a little bit. Those are the things that make me happy, and that's one of the reasons why I like being a content creator, is because I know there's some people that I can do that for. So I know there's some people that can be like having a shitty day and then come into my stream or go watch one of my YouTube videos or, that sort of thing, and like, I can give them a smile or give them a laugh, something like that. So for me, it's more of a that. But the other thing is just the fact that I'm in a very good spot right now, and this is one of the reasons why the do you want to move question I always answer kind of like I don't really care, because right now where I'm at in life, I have a full-time salary job that I don't need to work every single day, 7 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day. Like, I can go in and work a couple hours and just kind of send it. So I'm in a very good spot where streaming is easy because I can just get on and stream whenever I want. Don't have a girlfriend, don't have any animals, don't have any close friends that live around me. So there's very little distractions. So that's kind of an easy one. The lovely Dana asks, how do you function on 4 hours of sleep? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, of course, you see me drinking coffee all the time. I mean, I still haven't finished this one yet. But, I don't know. Honestly, I just kind of do it. I know I've said that before. I take naps in the afternoon as well. I know you know that. But I take naps throughout the day sometimes. But, like, I just kind of... it's just one of those things, like, I joke around and say, I guess I'm just a different breed. But, like, for me, it's literally just get up and do stuff. It's just go. That's it. And it's like, eventually I'll fall asleep. And it's gone to the point now, and this is the thing that fucking sucks, is it's gone to the point now where some of the days when I've gone to bed early, like, let's say I go to bed at, like, 7, just because I'm fucking exhausted. If I go to bed at 7, I'm waking up 4 hours later. Like, guaranteed, no matter what, I'm waking up 4 hours later. So those days kind of suck. But, I don't even know. How do I do that? How do you always have ideas for content? This is another one from Dan. How do you always have ideas for content? Give me your creativity. I mean, I will always give you my creativity. You know that. But I kind of just think, like, okay, what's something that I think would be interesting? Like, right now, I've been playing Magic the Gathering Arenas on the computer. And I was like, I would be interested to watch someone play where they do a draft, they make a deck, and then it's like the highlights of them playing, or like the new virtual challenge that I'm doing. I thought it'd be interesting to make a video like that, or like, hey, Throwback Thursdays, or horror games in October, wintry games at Christmas time, the love games in February, all these different things. It's ideas that I have because. It's always that same thing where, like people always talk about, like, different famous people who have all these fantastic ideas, and 98 of them fail, but 2 of them succeed, and the two are always what they're known for. So I mean, if I just throw enough darts to the dartboard, eventually one of them's got to hit, and that's kind of my thing. Is it's just like no matter what, someone's gonna find something interesting. If I talk about this Nessie plushie for an hour, someone will find that interesting. Don't know fucking who, but somebody will. There has to be someone in the world that would find that interesting. So I mean, that's kind of the thing. Is it's just, if you throw enough darts, eventually you're gonna hit something. And the final one here from the 3 that she has: how are you liking adapting to PC gaming? So far, it's been okay, but that's also because I haven't really done much PC gaming. I've only played Valorant really on PC, like mouse and key. Overwatch I still play with a controller because I'm almost never going to play mouse and key with that. If I do, that's going to be a YouTube video because, Xbox controller plays mouse and key would be a fucking great fun video. But Valorant's only the real one that I've been playing, and I rarely play that because I suck at that. It's very different. It's very different, and it's one of those things that it's hard. So when I played college football, I broke a lot of my fingers. So it's hard sometimes being able to press the buttons that you need to press. So that's been a little bit of a thing. But then also, it's a completely new learning curve that I don't know if I want to put the time and effort into, especially when almost every game that I play is crossplay. I play Halo with the guys, I play on the Xbox. Play Apex with everyone, I play on the Xbox. I play Overwatch with everyone, I play on the Xbox. Other than when I play with you guys, but then when I play with you guys, I still use a fucking controller. So so that's kind of, it's one of those ones. But I'm trying my best, and it's tough. It is very tough. As a controller console player, it is very tough. Booba Black Ops, as I was talking about earlier, would you play Escape from Tarkov now that you have a PC? No. Jackson, the first of Jackson's probably 50 questions, hopefully. Have you enjoyed having more options to stream now that you're on PC? Yes. But at the same time, I will counteract that and say no, because it is fucking overwhelming. Looking at Steam, for instance, I kind of still I'm kind of getting it like almost anxiety panic attacks at times, looking at Steam and trying to figure out what everything is on Steam. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, there's been some times where I've had to close it because it's just like I don't like it's too much. There's too many fucking options. But it is really kind of cool because there is a couple games that I've wanted to play in the past that are only on PC that now I've found and I've put on my wish list on Steam. So, like, I'm excited about that. And there's some games coming up here, some indie games that I've liked on Twitter and I've actually talked to the developers with, surprisingly enough. And I've told them, like, I'm really excited to play your game eventually when it comes out. So, that's going to be a kind of a cool thing to do. Like, there's one called, I think it's called the Gecko Gods, if I remember correctly. And it looks like such a fun game. It's almost like if you guys have seen my playthrough of the first tree. It seems very much like that, but a little bit more like collection-based. So I'm really excited about that and about, getting to play some more games. Like, there's a Wallace and Gromit Telltale game that I want to play. Doki Doki Literature Club, Jackson, as you and me have talked about, and like I'm going to be playing that on PC. Valorant, TFT, League of Legends, like there's so many different things. So I'm really excited about a lot of this. It's just that there's days when I get overwhelmed by how many options there are, though, and those are the days when I kind of retreat a little bit from the PC gaming side of it, because I do feel there's too much. Booba says, have you considered changing your YouTube channel to an esports focused channel since games like Fortnite, Apex, and Valorant have some of the highest hits? Yes and no. Yes, because it would be interesting to try and get into that side of things. No, because my brain already doesn't work like it used to. So now adding the esports aspect of games and trying to make sure I'm up to date with patch notes, up to date with the terminology, up to date with all of the high players, making sure I know the different things. Like, it's too much. It's too much. Like, I already have problems these days trying to remember the little bit of Apex, Overwatch, the NFL, or like college football. Basically, to me these days is like a crapshoot. Like, I barely freaking remember what's going on there, So, like, yes and no to an extent. It would be cool to do it, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's where my path should turn, right? I like the direction that I'm in, and maybe I'll do a little bit here and there of things. And then your other question, what's your thoughts on using third-party websites to buy Steam keys at a discount when there's not an active sale on Steam? Didn't even know that's a fucking thing. Did you know that was a thing, George? Hammy, did you know that was a thing? I still feel like I need to bring him over here. There, hold the controller. There. Let's move him over a little bit more. There we go. I'm gonna have no fucking room to actually do anything now. I didn't even realize that was a thing, Booba. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. Jackson, what video game has your favorite lore? Overwatch. Yeah, I would say Overwatch. Overwatch has my favorite lore. It's been the game that I've gotten the most into, lore wise, character wise. Apex is another one. Honestly, it is these two. It's these two games. It's Overwatch and it's Apex. Because the lore is so... I like the fact that these are games that just kind of say, like, here's this, and it's like, okay, so where's the lore? And they're like, you'll have to play the game to find out. And it's through voice lines, it's through little hints or, like, videos or, like, that sort of thing, right? Those have been kind of my favorite games with lore anyway, especially Overwatch, because like Overwatch's lore is so deep and so rich. I mean, it's Blizzard. Blizzard, I feel like that's one of the good things that Blizzard does do is the lore of all of their games. I feel like the lore is very heavy. And Apex is just kind of, they just keep adding to it. I mean, the lore for the new Legend that's going on, I mean, if you guys have seen the videos that I put up recently, like, I've been loving it because it's just it's so original, it's so unique, it's such a cool concept, and, like, I love that shit. I eat that shit up all day. So yeah, those would be my two. I'm gonna say two. I know you said what game, but I'm gonna give those two. It's Overwatch and Apex, which shocking, you know. The poor Hammy, yeah, I know. Feel bad. He's been here for a while, and now this is the first time that he actually gets to be on stream. Sorry, dude. Dana asks, what is your biggest rage moment to date when playing video games? The two most... Okay, so on stream, the two most recent ones is me punching my desk to the point where I'm almost 100% sure I broke something in this aspect of my hand, because it still hurts. So there was that one. There was the time that I punched myself in the head because of something. I forgot what it was, but something happened, and instead of punching my leg, because I'd done that a couple days before, and my leg hurt, instead I did either this, or I did this, or I did it with the controller, one of the three, I don't remember. But that fucking hurt. The biggest rage moment, period, is when I was in my old apartment, which is literally down the hall. I was playing on the Xbox 360, playing NCAA 16 or 14? 14. 14? 14. When I was playing NCAA 14, and something happened, and I thought it was bullshit, and I was mad, and I threw my controller at my 360, which hit my 360, broke my controller. My 360 jumped up and landed and fucked up my NCAA disc to the point where it didn't work anymore. But also, because of how hard I hit the Xbox, and the Xbox going up and then coming down, it actually fucked up the Xbox to the point now where my 360 Xbox, if I plug it in, it would turn on, it would start doing stuff, and after about 2 minutes, it would be like, yeah, we can't read the disc. And it just turns off. That's the biggest rage moment. Yeah, I still hate that, considering that I hate it because NCAA 14 was like the last one they made, and if I could play it today on my stream, I would, and I'd have a fucking series on YouTube with it. But like the fact that I physically can't play that, I bought the virtual version. Let's put it like this. I bought the virtual version of it. So I bought like the actual, like, you know, just like buy it, download it game version. The Xbox still says it can't read the disc when I'm playing that version of it. So yeah. Oh, no more coffee. I don't know if that was all of Jackson's questions or not, but was my favorite Magic the Gathering mechanic? Trying to think. I can't remember it. I like Dash. I think Dash is kind of a cool mechanic. Being able to play something, attack, and then just bring it right back to your hand. Thought that was kind of a cool mechanic. I'll say that because that's the only one I can remember right now. Any plans for new tattoos? Yes! Dear God, yes. The back of my left calf, from literally the back of the knee all the way down to my, like, the base of my foot. I have a huge Yggdrasil tattoo that I've been working on hand and I've actually been working on. Uh, but that's one big one. And I've actually was talking recently with someone. I want to get this arm fully done. The only problem is that when I got my first tattoo here, I didn't think about that when I got this first one done. So now I have to figure out a way to incorporate this along with everything else. But I do have a couple ideas. Like there's a Joker tattoo from the Suicide Squad movie that I want to get kind of in this area here. There was a Red Hood one I was going to get on the backside. I was kind of going to start turning this in almost like a nerd sleeve from here down. Just kind of a lot of the characters or like characters, logos, different things like Overwatch, Apex, DC kind of, and slowly just start turning my arm a little bit like that. But at the same time, I don't have a good tattooist around me. The guy that has done my tattoos no longer does tattoos, so I kind of don't have a guy or a girl anymore to tattoo me. So, kind of sucks. Who is your favorite Hunter x Hunter character? Gotta be Hisoka. Hisoka's funny. Hisoka. I love the first time that I ever asked you about him. Who the fuck is the guy that's speaking? What was it? Who the fuck is the guy it seems like he's French but there's Spanish music playing? I think is what I said the first time I ever fucking sent you a message about him. I'm trying to think of the name of the guy. Moral is my favorite character in Hunter x Hunter as of now. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter in like a month now. Now that I think about it, I gotta start watching it again. But Moral was my most recent favorite character. The fact that he's just a big dude with a pipe and he can like make all these characters with pipes, with like pipe smoke. He was easily one of the coolest characters for me. Like I said, I loved him in the most recent arc because I'm still in the God, I forgot what the name of the arc is. The something ant, Chimera ant, was that it? Yeah, Chimera ant. Thank you. Yeah, that arc. I'm right at the end of that arc, but Moral though is easily my favorite character. I'm also in that arc. I was gonna say I think I'm a little bit ahead of you now because I think the last time we talked about it, I said something and you were like, "Wait, that happens," and I was like, "Well, I'm not allowed to say anything else ever again." So, but yeah, no, Moral is my favorite Hunter x Hunter character by far. Yeah, he's been one of the ones I've like just. I think I even said it to Coop. I was like, I love this guy. And he's like, yeah, I thought you would as soon as thought that would be a guy that you would like that sort of thing. And I was like, yeah. Also, while I wait for any other questions, this is the first shirt I ever made, the first merch shirt I ever made. I thought that I'd whip it out for today's for the podcast. Yeah, I don't know. I know Jackson said that the Jackson. I can't even remember the fucking way of wording it now. Inquisition? Was that an Inquisition? I think that was it. The Jackson Inquisition. No one ever sees it coming. But I know that she said she had a list of questions for me, so I want to make sure I get through at least a couple of them. I know I got through 2 of them already, but I don't know if she has any more or not. But I mean, I would say this. I've had a lot of fun with these questions. Thankfully, no one has asked us any either mean or hard questions. Which is nice because I was expecting someone to ask something that was gonna make me be like, So I kind of appreciate that a little bit. Now that I also say that, I always feel like someone's gonna ask something fucking mean or tough. But this has been a good way to do the 75th podcast, was by getting the community involved in it, getting the questions from you guys. I've been really enjoying the questions because the questions have been, like I said, been fun. And like I said, I expected someone to ask something that was gonna make me, pause and be like, shit, I actually have to think about how I'm going to word this. But hopefully all you guys are having a good night. Also, while I think about it, the anime that I was watching on HBO Max, trying to think of the name of it again now. 1 second. Doop 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 doop. This goes back to the Hisoka comment. I noticed it when I was watching this anime, Bungo Stray Dogs. In Bungo Stray Dogs, one of the characters, his voice, his American or his English dub actor, voice actor, is Hisoka. And I noticed it almost immediately. I was doing something, and then I heard him speak, and immediately was like, I stopped everything, and I looked over, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it was like, that's him. Like, that was him. And it was funny because I was talking to Coop about it, and Coop says, yeah, you're going to start, the more you watch stuff, you're going to start noticing like 3 or 5 like voice actors that are all kind of, they do a little bit of everything in like the English dub stuff. So yeah. So Xander sent me something. I don't know what to say. Also, there's a lot of stuff around me now. I don't know how I feel about it. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully you guys have all been having a good night and had some fun with this too, like I did. Just kind of giving Jackson some more time if she does have some questions. I don't know if she does or not, but I don't want to cut her off if she does have some, because I know that she said that she had a good list full for me. So I want to make sure that she gets her chance to ask everything that she wants to ask. And for anyone else out there that does have anything else to ask, if you do, this is your time. As we begin to wrap this up, like I said, hopefully you guys, now this has gone on long enough. All right, fine, Jackson. Don't want to ask anymore. Won't keep you up. It's fine. You can keep me up. Like Dana asked, how do I function on 4 hours of sleep? I don't know. I just do. But if you really don't want to ask anymore, that's fine. I mean, if you do, I'll answer them. I'm just letting you know that right now. If you do have anything that you want to know, I'll answer. But if not, then I guess we'll wrap it up. So it's up to you, Jackson. Are you enjoying the pirate campaign? Yes. Yes. So for anyone that doesn't know what that means, me and Jackson have on Tuesdays have been playing Sea of Thieves and doing the Pirates of the Caribbean storyline that they have in there now. And it's now like a tradition that every Tuesday me and Jackson play Sea of Thieves and we play the campaign together. And I've been having a fucking blast doing it. It's been a really good time. I've been really enjoying it, and I was actually gonna message you today because the Overwatch event happens at like 1 in the afternoon. So I'm gonna try and make sure I can do that, but still have time for Pirates. Like immediately, as soon as I started thinking about it, I was like, "Fuck, I might not be able to do it because of Pirates." So, but yes, I'm enjoying playing Pirates with you. I'm enjoying the pirate campaign. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a nice change up. Been a nice change of pace game. And also, I feel like you and me have gotten closer as friends. I'm cool with holding off on Pirates. Wow, see, I just say all that. I say all that nice stuff, guys. See that? I say all this nice stuff about how I'm excited to play Pirates with her, and you know, I'm okay with doing Pirates. She's like, nah, it's cool. It's fine. We don't have to do Pirates anymore. It's cool. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying the Pirates, doing the pirate stuff. But you love Overwatch. Yeah, but it's gonna be like. So if you get on at 3, I'm almost 100% sure I'll be done by then with doing the video and stuff that I have to do. So, like I said, I was gonna send you a message and we can talk about it. Like, I'm almost 100% sure I'm gonna be okay to go. So, and like I said, I want to see what happens next. Let's send it. Captain Husky dress, and I mean, I guess I'm not captain because Jackson's the captain. So, but all right. I don't think Jackson wants to ask any more questions, or it seems like she doesn't. So, this is the last chance. Got to get rid of those boxers, man. If I could get rid of those boxers, so much more breeze up the dress. For anyone that hasn't watched us play this, they have no fucking idea what's going on. Alright, so this is going to be it. I'm going to say last chance for questions. I've been on for an hour and 38, so as soon as it hits an hour 40, if there are no new questions, we're just going to end it right there. Maybe we'll do this again. I'm trying to get to my mouse. Maybe we'll do this again at some point. Who knows? It has been fun answering everyone's questions. Like I said, I'm really surprised no one did ask anything mean or difficult, because I thought at least there was going to be one or two kind of toughy kind of questions. But yeah, no. I appreciate and thank every one of you guys for watching these. You know, coming by, hanging out, watching the podcast, being a part of the podcast. Almost everyone, I think, that asked a question today has been in the stream tonight, has been on a podcast of mine, and I really appreciate you guys for that. You know, it's kind of been just a weird little thing that I've wanted to do, and you know, with 75 fucking episodes in, I never would have thought that would have happened, to be honest with you. So thank you all for kind of making that come true. You guys will rock. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with some Apex and some things. Next week we will be having Mormon on. Mormon is another streamer on Twitch. I'm excited to have him on. We're going to talk about something. I don't know what yet. He had an idea, but kind of shot it down just because of the topic. Like, it was a difficult one for me to do. But yeah, no, we're going to figure that out, and we'll be back next week with him. So that'll be exciting. But yeah. So like I said, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate you all. This has been a lot of fun. And, you know, I hope everyone here has had a great week. And as always, depending on where you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Stay out of trouble, stay safe. And there's 3 of us now. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.